My beautiful people, stop taking LMNT and stop getting your electrolytes through a bunch of powders, elixirs, and stuff that can jack up your kidneys. Welcome everyone. Welcome to my very humble channel. I'm Stephanie Person, and this is Deo. Deo, come here, sweetie. This is Deo. He's a chocolate lab that I found under my camper when he was about 10 weeks old. So he's about this big, and now he's about this big. But yes, let's get into it. Electrolytes. Now, I have a course page, right? It's a monthly subscription. I just did a live video talking about toxic exposure, and I want to do this. I have to be very, very careful how I'm going to do this because the lords over, they don't like when you sort of touch the truth on our toxic exposure to things. But for today, we're going to talk about these electrolyte powders are garbage. I mean, this Element company is done. Their marketing program is so good. I mean, it's good, but the product they put out is garbage. And please do not waste your money on this product or any other electrolyte product, because you can get the majority of your electrolytes from food, except for magnesium. It's just too low. And the type of magnesium, now there's all different types. There's L-threonate, and there's magnesium glycinate and citrate, and what is citrate or potassium? When it comes to potassium and magnesium, these are two different minerals. They're very, very important for your electrolytes. But when it comes to like potassium, I think it's potassium, there's different types of potassium you can get from real food. You don't have to go towards these products. They typically use, now some like Dr. Berg, and I think the Redmond's Real Salt, they actually use potassium citrate, which is much safer to your kidneys. Okay. But most of them use potassium chloride. Now, why are they using a type of mineral that the dosage has to be so low because it can damage your kidneys? Because it's cheap. But today I want to go and analyze Element, because this is the company that everybody, not everybody, but most people are buying this product. Bam. Let's go over the ingredients, okay? And then we're going to kind of go through the website, because they've done such a beautiful job at misrepresenting what is healthy and how to get your electrolytes in. So I'm going to blow this up. Okay, let me break this down. What is bad, okay? Now, we've got 1,000 milligrams of sodium. 1,000 milligrams. That's a gram. That's not bad. But if you have hit your sodium allotment in your food, then adding another gram can push you over the edge of balancing your sodium with, the next one is potassium. It's got 200 milligrams of potassium. Now, if you look at Dr. Berg's comment on potassium, or even the food pyramid, which both are wrong, they say you need 4,700 milligrams of potassium. That is not going to match the 1 milligram or gram of sodium, right? So in this context, it will match 200 milligrams of potassium with 1,000 milligrams of sodium is not dangerous. But if you did the allotment of sodium, right, because you're not just going by what's in this package, when you do the allotment of sodium at 6 to 8 grams, and then you add another milligram, 1,000, or another gram, then you're going to take that potassium, which is potassium chloride, and push it down. You can't just take this and add another 1,000 when you have hit your sodium max, my people. Now, what type of potassium? Because there's two things there's three things, but this is the top thing I don't like about Element or LMNT. Let's look at the ingredients. We have sodium chloride, that's fine, that's salt. We have citric acid, okay, but they don't say where they're getting their citric acid from. So a lot of you guys who cannot do lemons and things of this nature because lemons are high histamine, some people are reacting to citric acid, so be careful for that. We have magnesium malate, which is okay. I'm not hating so much against the magnesium malate. How many milligrams does it said 60? That's nothing. Okay. That makes no sense. Again, 60 is too low. But the problem is the potassium chloride. And they only give you 200 milligrams, right? Where you really should have up to 1,000, because 200 milligrams of potassium chloride is all that the body can handle before you damage your liver, but especially your kidneys. Why are they using a type of potassium when you've got bicarbonate, you've got glycinate, potassium glycinate, and you have citrate, and then you have natural potassium in foods? Why would they only put 200 milligrams when that's too low? Because higher amounts of potassium chloride can damage your shite. And we already know that people doing carnivore and keto have a low GFR. Not everybody, but a lot of you have a low glomerular filtration rate because you're dehydrated. This is not going to hydrate you. The amount of people who are suffering from low blood pressure and electrolyte imbalances who don't get fixed on Element, because I can't stand complexes of things where you cannot control the amount because you have a bunch mixed together, and then you have poor quality of potassium. Natural flavors. Every ingredient that says natural flavors, run from the freaking hills, because typically they're not natural, or they're using ingredients that are very, very high histamine. And then we have this stevia leaf extract. Why in the frack? And I know they've got a non-stevia one, but the fact that you're putting in something that is so high histamine, but the worst thing about stevia extract is the high amounts of oxalic acid. So you're dehydrated, and you're going to put ingredients like stevia leaf that give you kidney stones because they're high in oxalic acid or oxalates. That doesn't make any sense. So for me, this, my people, is a no-go product. It is a hail to the no. This is a no. Do not get any of these products. Now, some people are like, yeah, but, Redmond's Real Salt or Dr. Berg, they don't use potassium chloride. They use potassium citrate, which is way better for your kidneys, but still bad if you're overdoing it. And you know how people are. One dose is not enough. When you're having severe electrolyte issues, which is like nauseous, vomiting, headaches, feeling weak, people will overdose on things. And that's why you have to be very, very careful for complexes. But let's go back. I'm going to blow this back up and go through the site and show you. I've already hit the ingredients. We do not want to see potassium chloride, natural flavors, or stevia extract. Those three things are not good for you, my people. And these ratios of minerals are not going to fix your chronic dehydration on low-carb diets, especially low-carb diets like keto and carnivore. But let's get more into this site. Look at this. citrus, grapefruit salt, watermelon salt, orange salt, raspberry salt, chocolate salt, mango. This is make money. And they're so good. This is marketing. Look, we don't use any sugar. We just use stevia. We don't use gluten. You ain't supposed to have gluten in friggin' electrolyte issues. Vegan friendly, keto and paleo friendly. No dodgy ingredients. Yeah, potassium chloride. Dangerous for anybody who is dealing with a low GFR, which a lot of you guys are walking around and nobody tests this test, and then you take something that puts stress on the kidneys because you're using potassium chloride. Hell no, run for the friggin' hills. The science, I can't stand this. Look at these guys. They are just making money, hand over fist. And don't get me wrong, I love Rob Wolf. Love the guy. But this company that's been around, in fact, they interviewed me years ago and they didn't like my stance on certain things. But then they hit me up after all the time trying to get me to be sponsored by this junk product. Hell no. Look at this. Be very careful, you guys. Right here, it's right in front of you. Right there. Potassium chloride, dangerous. Natural flavors, not natural. Stevia leaf extract. If it were natural, they would tell you what they're using, freeze-dried freaking raspberry powder. It doesn't say that. Always be careful when something says natural flavors because it never is. They get around stuff by calling it that. No, this is a hard pass. They're using potassium chloride. And once I saw that, I was like, can you not afford a more safe type of potassium? No. Recipes. What is this? Great marketing plan, but not safe. And that's what I got, you guys. If you need your electrolytes, you need potassium, there is seaweed. Yes, kelp seaweed, sea moss, high in potassium. Shellfish, high in potassium. Meat broth, because you're leaching out the potassium into the water. Obviously, avocados, not everybody can tolerate them, but avocados are great because they are high in fat, monounsaturated fat, and fiber. So we don't have to worry about the carbohydrates in that avocado, and you're getting all that potassium. Very, 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 very important. And when it comes to meat and ribeyes, you're not getting enough potassium. You do get potassium in meat, but the best is when you liberate it from a broth. If you're just eating a cut of meat, you'd have to eat tons of ribeyes to get to the amount of potassium you need to balance your electrolytes on a low-carb diet, because once you drop those carbs out, your minerals go into the toilet. Literally, your urine, and you dump a lot of water, especially carnivore and ketogenic people. So element and all these powders, and what about this product? Throw it away. If you really want absorbable forms of minerals, try to get it most from food. Not everything you can get from food. If you can't tolerate magnesium glycinate, 400 milligrams, or any of these other type of magnesium, you can get a magnesium chloride, which is also toxic, but because it's so little that it's going into the skin, then your kidneys can tolerate it. Even people who've got kidney disease can handle magnesium chloride. It's the oral form that is no bueno. No. So remember, if you need potassium, you can get it from sea moss, you can get it from seaweed, you can get it from broth, you can get it from shellfish and some other types of seafood. You're not going to get enough potassium from just eating meat. Just not. There's a lot of potassium in pork, there's potassium in chicken, and there's potassium in meats, but you just can't get enough. And you have to balance sodium with potassium. So I say, and what I've experienced with clients, and y'all know that I'm over 8,000 people, 1,000 milligrams, not in everybody, but in most people, which you can get enough of that in food, is enough to not dehydrate people or push down the sodium in the body. Hope this helps. Comment below. Tell me if you suffer for electrolyte issues or you're taking Element, because if you are, return it, burn it, run. Run! And or any of the other elixirs, complexes. Comment below. Tell me how you've been doing with your electrolytes, or if you're taking this product because you got caught up in the price, the stevia, and the ease of it. Also, you can join my course at stephanieperson.com, where I cover all 3 diets, and we talk about the electrolytes, especially people who cannot tolerate glycinate, or they cannot tolerate potassium citrate, or they have a histamine to seafood. We go over those details there. You can also sign up for a consultation where I got ya back. You know, I'm the one person who's like, do not prime, do not listen to influencers who look like they need to have eating disorders. Be very careful. If anybody is making things look easy, they're not being honest. Yeah. Get ready for the challenge. Signups will start next month. I'll announce it, and I'm out. And Deo, he's gone. He's over there sleeping. He's like, I'm so tired of her being online. But really, also before I go, be careful for the phones. The phones, the Wi-Fi, this stuff is not good. It's not good for your body. Connect to the soil. That's a whole nother video, and I'm not even a hippie because, you know, I'm from LA. Not anymore though. I live in the South, in a small town in Tennessee. Yeah, love it. Peace. And I'm out. Share this content. Subscribe. Don't just watch the channel. I don't bite. Looks like I do, but I don't. Peace. And I forgot another way before I go. Another way that you can get some of your electrolytes in now. This won't fix the problem, but it definitely will help if you're having headaches, if you're having really bad muscle cramps. Get a glass of water and get some Celtic sea salt and take a pinch and put it in the glass of water, and also put a pinch under your tongue, let it dissolve, and sip if you're having an electrolyte crisis. And this is not damaging like those complexes, powders, fillers, preservatives, flavoring, and stevia, and chlorides.